What's up guys, Slongat here, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to make samples, beats in the style of Young Dolph, Glock, Bandplay type shit. Glock recently dropped his latest album, Yellow Tape. It's a dub project, I really fuck with that. I'm gonna show you a loop that I made, sampling a real soundtrack that I found out on YouTube, while looking for some old songs to sample. And I'm gonna show you my process around it. And then we're gonna cook up a bit with it. Also, I wanted to let you know that I recently dropped my R&B sample pack called Worthy that I made with my brother Valor, and you can find vibes in the style of Drake, Don Toliver, Bryson Tiller, Tory Lanez, stuff like this. And I'm gonna leave the link in the description with the free version of 10 loops and the paid version with 20 loops at the cost of $25. So please go cop that, support us. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So yeah, this is how the loop sounds like. So this is the sample that I found out on YouTube, and I'm gonna play some parts for y'all. So yeah, the first thing that I did is finding out the tempo. Tempo was 134. Then I chopped it up a little bit, trying to come up with a dub loopable section. And what I came up with is this one. I'm gonna let you hear. So yeah, after that I added some effects on the sample. I added some Valhalla vintage verb, not that much, and Echo Boy for some delay, and of course some EQ to cut a little bit of the lows. And on the second part, I think I did the same thing. So EQ to cut some of the lows, some of the highs. Added an RC20 to give it more a vintage feeling, and I used the EQ right here to cut some of the lows, some of the highs, a little bit of wobble, distortion, and some space. Valhalla vintage verb, of course, for some reverb, and Penman to give it some movement, left and right, because it was sounding too static. Next thing that I added is this piano. To give more harmonics to the sample, and make it sound, fuller. I forgot to mention the we in the key of G minor, so I built up G minor chord, but I removed the A sharp note in between, to make it sound darker. And I try to follow the original notes of the sample, and this is what it sounds like. So yeah, you get the point. The piano that I used is from Contact, is the Noir Pure forte piano preset, and I added some EQ to cut some of the lows, some of the highs, and Valhalla vintage verb, for some reverb. So after I added this second piano, but this time I used this one-shot kit from Savage Mode one-shot kit. And I use this one to give more low-end frequencies to the sample and make it sound, darker. So this is what it sounds like. As effects, I used an EQ to cut some of the lows and some of the highs, and Valhalla Vintage Verb for some reverb. Okay, this one is my favorite part of the sample. I wanted to spice it up a little bit, so I chose to use this choir vocal from Contact, from the Spaghetti Western Contact Bank, and the preset is Opera Singer, and this is what it sounds like. So as effects, I used an RC20 and I put some noise, wobble, distortion, some space, and this EQ right here to cut a lot of the lows and a lot of the highs to give the vocal the radio effect. After that, isotope vinyl to give it a more vintage feeling, and I used the warp depth and put this one at 1960. Reels, and I used the excited tape preset and the mix at 70%. Of course, Valhalla Vintage Verb for some reverb, and EQ at the end to cut more of the lows and some of the highs. After the vocal, I added this last layer, and it's the bass, and this is what it sounds like. So I just copy the root note, put these other notes here to give it more bounce to the bass. I use expand, and I use the preset full pick bass. As effects, I used guitar rig, clean bass preset, EQ to cut some of the highs. And last thing, I used Neutron 2, and I used the preset electric bass control. Yeah. So I got the sample exported right here, open up a new session. Now we're gonna hook up a bit with it. And usually with this type of beats, I prefer to keep them as simple as possible, you know, to leave enough room for the artist to rap on it. Of course, we're gonna spice it up a little bit. We're gonna create a dope bounce. So we're gonna start with the hi-hat. Use a snare. Now we're gonna go to the 808. I think I'm gonna use the classic spins. think we need to arrange the beat. So I must split the sample in different sections so I can arrange it easily.
Tiptoe through the window.
Now I might add some transition effect to go from the verse to the bridge and then to the hook.
You come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
So the beat is done. I'll play for you the final result. Appreciate you guys for watching, for support us, and we're gonna see you in the next tutorial. Peace.